G'day to Year 8 students, their parents, their guardians, to a short information session that will outline the elective subject selections for Year 9 in 2022. Let's start with the core subjects. Year 9 will undertake English, Mathematics, Science, History, Geography, Catholic Studies and PDHPE. These are mandatory core subjects which every student in Year 9 will actually continue to undertake. The elective subjects are subjects students get to select that are additional to the core subjects. So let's get on to the electives. How many electives can I choose? In Year 9 for 2022, students can choose 3 electives. You can choose 2 main electives. They will go for 5 periods each cycle for 1 hour each. You can also choose an interest elective. This will be 3 lessons or 3 hours each cycle. Now, in regards to the interest elective, please be aware that the mathematics and literature electives are only being offered on the interest elective line. I'll explain how you can select those a little bit later on. So what electives are available? Agriculture, visual arts, music, drama, photography, PASS, child studies, French, commerce, Aboriginal studies, metal technology, timber technology, graphics technology, food technology, textile technology, iSTEM, elective maths, elective literature, elective history, elective geography, elective science, and information and software technology. So as you can see, there is a huge range of electives available, catering for the vast range of needs, likes, and interests for our Year 9 students in 2022. So how do you make your subject selections? You'll receive an email that will ask you to go to the website below. When you go in there, in the middle of the screen, this little box will come up. The email will also include an individual web code. This web code will be used to log in to allow you to make your subject selections. You simply enter that web code into the little boxes shown there. Once you get in there, if you hover your mouse just near it says Year 9 electives and click there, you'll actually get to go in and see the following screen. Okay, so here's the screen where you make your subject selections. You'll notice it has priority 1, priority 2. It's really important that you put your main subject selections, and your third one for that matter of fact, in priority order. When we're actually putting the subject lines together, this priority is really important. Okay, so the elective you really want to do first, priority 1. Second, priority 2. Third, priority 3. Reminder, if you're doing maths or English electives, it has to go into elective line 3. With your reserves, they should really be priority 4 and priority 5, okay? Don't waste them, okay? Because occasionally we do need to use them. Just once again a reminder, if you want to choose elective maths or literature, choose it on elective line 3. So how do you make your subject selections? First of all, when you go to the drop-down box here, you'll notice that the subjects are in alphabetical order. You can choose each elective only once. Once you're happy with your selections, simply click on Submit. How are the lines made? Once all the selections are made, the 3 subject lines are created based on student choice. And this is really important to understand. We don't sit there and make them up. We go through and use all the choices you made, so where as possible, every student can get their 3 electives. And that's our aim, to try and prioritise the courses and the lines so every student can get their choices. But what if you don't get all your priority choices? We'll move to your first reserve choice, which is why it's important you continue to make that priority 4. Okay? If that does happen, you'll have a one-on-one meeting to work through the situation and just to outline why it happened. And then we'll actually ask you if you want to use your first reserve or select another elective from the lines that we created. Okay? So if you don't get your first reserve or your second reserve, we'll actually make sure we have a chat with you to work out how we can actually solve the issue. Can I change my selection? You can go back into the online form as many times as you want to make the changes until it closes. Once it's closed, you can't make the changes as the information will be used almost immediately to put the subject lines together. What if I don't like my selection after a week of lessons next year? So You can't change during the first cycle. You need to make sure you give your selections a fair go. You spent the time researching and going through and making your selections, so we need to give them a really decent go, and we're going to do that for the first cycle. However, we do realise that sometimes what you think a subject is and what it actually is a little bit different. So after the first cycle, after about week 5 of term 1, there'll be an opportunity to change your elective if it's not working for you. Okay, if it is possible to do so. Occasionally, it's not possible to move around and change your lines, or maybe the class is already full. So that's why it's really important you make your subject selections correct from the first moment. So when do subject selection close? Well, they're not open for that long. They close Friday of week 8, which is the 3rd of September. So make sure you get in and get them done. Take care, everyone.